If you're like me and most other designers, you're probably analyzing other designers' websites and trying to see how they present their packages. The problem with this approach is you have no idea what is happening behind the scenes of that business. Are these packages even selling? When is the last time these packages were updated? Is this what this designer is even offering these days? You don't know. We know that we shouldn't compare ourselves or our businesses to what we see on social media. And the same thing applies when it comes to your packages as well. Here is how to actually create a package that you can sell and deliver and make a profit doing it. Hi, I'm Danbee. I'm a web design mentor based in Switzerland. I help web designers build profitable and inclusive businesses without overworking. To learn more about how I do this, head over to danbeeshin.com/training. The first step to creating your package is to get super clear on your target audience. And at this point, you're probably thinking, how the F am I supposed to know who that is? I know this part can be hard, and because it's hard, it's so tempting to skip this first step. And I'm telling you now, that is a mistake. Skipping this first step is like getting the first button in your shirt wrong in the wrong hole. That's just gonna mess up the rest of the buttons as well. Let me make this part super easy so you have no excuses for skipping this step. If you have ever built a website for someone else, that person is your target audience. That one person, they are your target audience. I don't care if you made the website for free or if you got paid to do it. If you have not yet built a website for someone else, think of one person you've talked to in the last 12 months, someone that you could see yourself potentially making a website for. That person is your target audience. Done. Simple. For the rest of this video, my one person, my target audience, is going to be a hair salon owner in Seoul, South Korea. Is your target audience going to change in the future as your business grows and evolves? Yes, of course it is. And if someone comes along and they're not in your target audience, but they ask you if you could make a website for them, can you consider them as a potential client? Yes, of course you can. But this one person that you choose now gives you a solid starting point. Now, I'm going to tell you something that I haven't really heard anyone else talk about. And that is when you start your business and your priority is to start earning some money as quickly as possible through your business, the people you can sell to are the people that you're already talking to. Your target audience needs to include people that you already have contact with. If there is a group of people that you would rather sell to, people with special expertise, perhaps like therapists or people who run not-for-profit organizations or health coaches or musicians, you can absolutely work on developing your professional network and building relationships that lead to connections to those people. But you can't wait until you have those connections to start selling in your business. The sooner you start selling your web design package to people you already are talking to, the sooner you can start earning an income in your business. And that income is going to take you out of survival mode and help you build the business that you want, working with the audience that you truly want to serve. If this resonates with you, remember to give me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Step 2 is to figure out what your target audience needs. And here I'm talking about what they think they need, not what you think they need. So yes, they might need a mobile-friendly website, they might need a privacy policy, they might need some new professional branding photos, but that is probably not what they are thinking about, so that's not so relevant here. To make sure that you create a package that is actually relevant for your target audience, you need to get into the minds of those people and think about what they think they need. Let's get into some examples. My one person is that hair salon owner, and here's what they think they need. They need to be easy to find on Google because people are usually searching for hair salons in a specific city or a neighborhood versus for their brand name. They also need to display a list of their services and prices. They need to show information about their stylists because different stylists speak different languages and have different kinds of experiences. They also need customers to be able to book and reschedule and cancel their appointments on their own online. And they also think they need their website to look and feel like them. Their physical location is beautiful. It's a space that's kind of like a mix between an Apple store and a luxury spa. And they want their website to feel like that as well. So, those are 5 things that this hair salon owner needs from their website. And when you are doing this exercise, I would encourage you to keep thinking, like, what else? What else do they need? Until you get a list of 3 to 5 items. What someone needs from their website can be so different from person to person. And if you try to make a list that includes everything that everyone needs, you're gonna end up with a list that's not really relevant for anyone. And this is exactly why you want to focus on that one person and get super specific about your target audience. Remember, you can always tweak things later, but you need a strong foundation to start with. And this is what this exercise of focusing on the one person will help you do. The next step is actually creating your package. You're probably thinking at this point, how many packages do I need? And you have noticed that I like keeping things simple. I'm gonna say one package. I know that a lot of sales and sales psychology experts out there tell you that you need at least 3 packages to maximize your income. Forget that. We are doing one package. What is important here, more than how many packages you have, is that you have one package that your one person in your target audience can look at and say, hey, that's exactly what I need. And this is why I'm so against selling 5-page websites. No one is looking at your packages and going, oh, hey, I need a 5-page website. They have no idea how many pages you need. And honestly, you probably don't know either. To create your package, look at the list that you made in the previous step, and for each item, talk about a feature that you can deliver. So, in my example of the hair salon owner, the first thing they needed was a website that was easy to find on Google. So, the feature, the what that I can deliver, is a website that is search engine optimized. Pretty straightforward. And whenever you list a feature, the next thing I want you to do is to think about, so what? So you have a search engine optimized website. What is so great about that? And the answer to that is the benefit. So what? Well, if you have a search engine optimized website, it's super easy for customers to find your business with a simple Google search, and that is the benefit. So when I present my package, what I can say is a website that is search engine optimized so that new customers can find your business with a simple Google search. And that is both the feature and the benefit. This business also needed to display a list of their services and prices. So I'm going to deliver a transparent and easy to understand price list so that customers know what to expect at their appointment. Next on the list, they needed to show information about their stylists. So I'm going to deliver an About Us page that showcases your team's expertise and personalities to help your customers get to know them and choose the stylist that is the best fit for them. For online scheduling, I'm going to deliver an appointment booking system so that customers can manage appointments without having to get in touch by phone, email, or DMs, and freeing up hours of admin time every month. And finally, I'm going to deliver a custom brand kit, including a new logo, brand colors, fonts, and other visual elements to ensure that the website looks and feels like their salon and reflects the high-end experience that their customers get. And that is the package. How are you finding this exercise so far? Does it feel doable? Is it too simple? I am super curious, so let me know in the comments. Step 4 of creating your package is setting the price. Pricing can be so personal because money is so personal, and money can bring up a lot of emotions for a lot of people. And this part can be really easy to overthink because of these reasons. You might be thinking, what if I price my package too low and leave money on the table, or end up with difficult clients who are penny pinching and who don't really value my work? You might be thinking, what if I price it too high and no one buys? And you know what? Both of those things could absolutely happen, and that is okay. You are not going to know what the right price for your package is until you've tried selling it. The worst thing you can do here is to not be transparent about your pricing. If someone is looking at your website and they are interested in learning more about working with you, but they don't even see a starting ad price or a range of prices, they're going to dismiss you as an option because they just don't know what to expect. And we do not want that to happen. At this stage, it can be helpful to think about how much this website is worth to your one person based on all of the needs that you've taken into account creating this package. For the hair salon owner that I've been working with, I might think about what a 10% increase in their annual revenue could mean for them. And 10% could seem a bit modest, but if you think about it in dollar terms and US dollar terms, it could mean tens of thousands of dollars. And I'm okay charging that much. I also feel like that's a realistic outcome to hope for, considering all the improvements that I'm going to be making with this website. And I do acknowledge that without working with a lot of different clients, it can be hard to gauge these kinds of numbers. So here's another helpful number to think about: the minimum amount that you would have to charge to do this work, to deliver this website without feeling resentful. And make sure that you could take into consideration the number of hours that you would put into this project roughly, and also the amount of professional development and personal development that you've invested in to be able to deliver a website like this. And your final price should be somewhere between what this website is worth to your one person and this minimum number. This is not an exact science. I think it's so important when it comes to pricing to really listen to your gut. And that is coming from someone who is trained as an engineer and is super analytical. And I don't consider myself very woo. But I've learned that to create a business that I am really happy with, it's so important to listen to my intuition. And honestly, I like to think of my intuition as my brain making subconscious judgment calls without me really being aware of all the data that goes into that decision making process. Okay, now you've got your package. How do we make sure that this is actually going to sell? This is why the next step is about feedback. So you go to your one person and say, hey, I am updating my package and I really want to make sure that this is something that's relevant for my customers. Would you be open to taking a look and letting me know what you think about it? If they say yes, awesome, send them a link to your package information, or if you're doing this in person, bring a hard copy and then ask them questions like this. What is missing? If you were hypothetically looking for someone to help you with your website, what would make this a no-brainer? If this feels good, you can even say something like, hey, the last time we talked, you said you might be looking for help with your website. Does this cover what you need? Or can you help me poke holes in this so that I can make this as good as possible? At the very least, you're going to get some really valuable feedback about your package. In the best case scenario, though, the conversation could lead to that one person saying, hey, actually, this looks perfect. This looks like exactly what I need. How do I sign up to work with you? Can you make my website for me? And this is how I got multiple clients within my first couple of years in business. You can also ask around and see if there are other people like your one person who are open to doing some market research with you. So in my example, I might ask my professional network, hey, do you know anyone who runs their own hair salon? I'm doing some market research and I would really appreciate getting to talk to someone. It can really be that simple, but you do have to talk to real people. People are going to help you out and people are going to help you make your package better. The more input you get from real people that you have real conversations with, the easier it's going to become to sell this new package that you have just created. All right, now that you have your new profitable web design package, you are going to have to sell it, and you will do that over a sales call. That is the topic of my next video, and if you click on the video showing up right now, I will see you over there.